poppin', squad? It's your boy Jesimein, and as many of you know, World Tier 5 is coming out this week. It's about to get crazy. We're finally getting a full taste of the true endgame that Division 2 has to offer. And being that that's coming, a lot of things are going to be added and a lot of things are going to be changed. So there's a state of the game that just happened. If you guys missed it, we're going to go through it. I'm going to go through my feelings on the changes and balances and nerfs, because there are those that, this is why I'm super interested in this. There are nerfs and balance changes coming to the game that may or may not affect you. So we're going to see. We're going to go through it. So, like I said, it is coming Friday. As you can see, my man Thylander was talking about it. If you go down, it says Invasion Battle for DC. Maintenance. The Invasion Battle for DC update will drop Friday during the regular maintenance at 9:30 a.m. and it will last for 3 hours. So it's going to be a big maintenance. You're going to have to stop playing. And you're going to have to, find yourself in those hours that you won't be able to play. So one of the things that they're adding, if you go right here and see, it says first apparel event. With the Invasion Battle for DC, we will also get the first apparel event. The special event will last 4 weeks, April 5th through May 2nd, where players can get special event caches. The special event caches contain cool new outfits, which I'm lit about that outfits. That's something we want to pay attention on, because the outfits are kind of scarce. And other things like emotes. You can also get masks from these caches. So if you want extra masks, this is the way to get it. You know what I'm saying? We'll take a look at the mask right now. Everybody will get one special event cache free for the first week. So pay attention that everybody, no matter what version of the game you have, will get one special event cache free in the first week if you log in before Thursday. So make sure you log in. Year 1 pass owners will get 3 additional free caches when they log in during the event. So if you are a gold and above, I believe, or if you just buy the Year 1 pass, you'll get 3 additional free caches when you log in during the event, which is going to be sick if you get the masks out of that, especially, you know what I'm saying, because we want those masks. There will always be ways to gain more free caches. So all the people who are upset already about the 3 additional free caches for the year pass owners, oh, so paid content. No, there will be ways to gain more free caches, like specific projects that you can finish, so you can earn everything in game. Special event caches won't have any duplicates. Now, what this means is if you get a cache and you get something, boom, you're good. That's out the loophole. And no matter what, after a certain amount of caches, you will have everything that you can get in those caches, which is amazing, because RNG would suck if you kept getting the same like weapon camo instead of a mask. So don't worry, grind it out and you will get everything that you can get. So let's go look at the weapon skins real quick. Sick, you know what I'm saying? These 3, this is my favorite, bro. This one's actually tough. You can see, you can't really see the rest of them. If we go, let me go back to this. Okay, we have that. And then let's look at the masks. Okay, so these are the 2 masks. Pretty sick, pretty sick. I like this one, actually. This one gives me Division 1 vibes. But it doesn't matter. They're 2 free masks that you're going to be able to get through grinding. So I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? Going down to announce bug fixes. Okay, so these are some of the bug fixes for the people who've been worried. When your crafting station is stuck in on a lower world tier, that will be fixed with this update. So all the people who've had the problem where they can't upgrade their crafting bench and be able to craft replicas that are higher than 400, that's going to be fixed on Friday. You will get a sensitivity slider for when you zoom in, for the people who mostly PC people who have the issue where they have fast sends hip, and then when they aim down sight, they can't change that with the scope. Now you'll be able to change that. Field of view slider will also be added with this update. I'm not sure if that's going to be console 2. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. But field of view slider is definitely something cool to have. And there will be many more bug fixes that will be listed in the patch notes. So this isn't just what they're fixing. This is just what they named off rip. And stay tuned for the patch notes. Going down to balancing changes. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what this is about. Balancing changes. With Invasion Battle for DC, we will also have the first balancing pass. Keep in mind, remember, pay attention. Keep in mind, it is very early in the life cycle. So this is a first step in the balancing to address some peaks. So they're basically saying there's a lot more they have their eyes on. This is just what they're handling right now. There's also a lot to talk about PvP. This update will not focus specifically on PvP balance. This is something for a later date, but some of the small changes will, of course, impact PvP. So this isn't the major change. I'm pretty sure that they're working on something to fix a lot of the issues that people have been complaining about, but this is something, the reason that they're even saying this is because the changes that they did do that are coming Friday are definitely going to change the flow of PvP in some way. And let's see why. The Sniper M700, uh-oh, people already triggered. And the Rifle MK17, oh, I like the MK17, will get a damage reduction. So for all you one-shot gods, I'm pretty sure you'll still be able to one-shot lower armor players, but the people who pretty much spec into armor probably will be protected from your crazy one-shot. So that's good and bad, right? It's bad for the people who love the idea of being able to one-shot everybody, and it's good because it makes everything more realistic, and it probably is going to bring other snipers into play instead of just one dominant sniper and one dominant rifle. And the same thing that goes with MK17, because MK17 is crucial. It's strong, and we all know this. It's already insane. So damage reduction for both of those. Don't know how I feel about the rifle part, but I definitely feel that you shouldn't be able to one-shot even a tank if somebody's speccing into armor. So I'm okay with that nerf. But the rifle, I don't know. I didn't use it that much to really feel like if it was worth it or not. But, you know, so going down to crit damage and headshot damage will be lowered across all existing gear. So anything you have is going to get a lower, I guess the rolls are just going to go down. So if you have equipment with these stats on it, they will be different when you log on Friday. So be prepared to have different numbers on your gear as far as damage and as far as skill power, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be changing that. Safeguard talent, extra healing, the one you guys love to abuse, Vector people, will get an internal cooldown so that it won't be up all the time. I wonder what that means. That's interesting. Demolitionist talent, crisis response. When your armor breaks, you replenish your ammo. Will also get an internal cooldown. So I didn't even know that this was kind of busted, but I guess people have been complaining about that. And here we go, my favorite part. Skill changes. Sniper turret. Sniper turret has been reworked. You will have a button above the enemy, and the turret will then shoot at that NPC and will automatically track it. When you aim at the same NPC, you can specifically control where the shot will go, headshot or weak point. Sick. That should make the sniper turret more accessible. Dope. I had so many like dreams in my head of what I wanted the sniper turret to do. Maybe this will help it. Chem launcher. Super important. The handling of the chem launcher has been a bit awkward. Haha, you're right. Now, when you activate the chem launcher, it will activate and you can use it like a weapon until you put it away. Wow. So you pretty much get to like aim it like a gun, which means it's probably going to be super quick, super fast. Definitely going to be cool. Now, I wonder if you just drop it, how that's going to work. Interesting. That should also give you more control about the skill. Lit. Firefly. Aim mechanism has been reworked. You can mark targets faster. For people who love their little Firefly, boom, that's for you. I know a lot of people didn't use it because it was so hard to aim. Now, that's been better, so they're going to be cool. Now, important part. For me, skill mods. The skill mods have been revamped. The bonuses you get from skill mods correlate now with the amount of skill power required to unlock them. Now, so what this means is basically like, let's use the numbers that we have right now. Let's say to get 150% radius, you need 7,600 skill power. If that number, like whatever the amount that they change it to, if it's a higher skill power, that buff's going to be more. So the more it takes to unlock it, the higher the rolls are going to be. I didn't know that it wasn't like that already, but I guess it wasn't. So there we go. They are now within the bounds of the skill power that you can get on your gear, and they also changed the amount of skill power that you get on your gear. So what this means is now that they lowered the cap so that it's more realistic, so you don't have to do like a crazy amount of like specking like I did. Like I have 10,000 skill power. You don't have to do nothing like that. It's more realistic. I don't know how low it is. I hope it's not too low. I still want the idea of you having to commit all to electronics to have those crazy skills, but hopefully, you know, it's at a good balance, and that's going to change that you get on your gear. So I would assume that means if you have like, if I have a chest that has 2,000 skill power, they're probably going to lower that. So let's see. And they also change the amount of skill power that you get on your gear. Yeah. So unless it's retroactive, which I mean, I will hope that they don't keep it, because then it's going to be like Provident in Division 1, where if you have OP piece, you're going to be good. I doubt that. So it's probably going to change on your gear. So even when you have less skill power on your gear when you log on Friday, don't panic. You may be able to unlock a lot of mods that you could before. Sick. Okay, cool. So we're going to get that skill change that we've been waiting for. With these changes, skill builds should become a lot more viable. This means brand new builds revamped off of the new skill power, because we'll be able to actually make reasonable builds, which is pretty amazing for people who wanted to run skills, especially me, because you guys know I love my skill builds. Weapon mods changes. Now for the people who DPS, this is important for you. As of now, weapon mods always had a positive or negative aspect on them. But that meant, I just lost myself. What was designed as a reward for missions and activities could also have a very negative effect on your build. So what they're basically saying is, it was just super harsh, right? You had like rate of fire with like 150% negative stability or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? You guys already know. That is why all the weapon mods have been revamped. He said revamped, lol. Also shout out to the Division Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Just put you out there. Shout out for all this information. You guys are beasts. They also have lower values since they don't have their drawbacks anymore. So what they're saying is instead of getting, like, for example, that suppressor that gave you 20% crit chance, I'm pretty sure that you lose. I don't even remember. I think it's rate of fire. So, it's 20% crit chance minus 10 rate of fire. Now it's probably going to be like 10% crit chance with no minus rate of fire. So lower positive with no negative, if that makes sense. Like, pretty much, it's going to be pretty much like Division 1, which sucks and is good at the same time because, one, it did suck to have crazy stability, like, problems when you're just putting on a mod that it didn't really make sense. But at the same time, it does take away some RNG where people have to balance out their weapon depending on their build. That's going to be interesting to see how they do that. They also have lower values. So, okay, the only time there are negatives now on the weapon mods is when there's multiple mods. Like magazines, one of them will have a higher positive values, but also some negative values. Interesting. Don't know what they mean by that, but interesting. For every slot, there's a mod for every type of stat that has no negative values. Now you can choose the mod you want to use, and it should be more fun. So weapon mod changes for all the people who've been worried about it. There it is. All the people who got tired of trying to mod their weapon a certain way. Boom, you're going to be gravy. You're going to be good. So going down to other changes, sharpshooter signature weapon has a faster lock on. So if you have the feeling that you have to miss the shot with the signature weapon, this should be addressed. So anybody who says, damn, I can't hit my shot with my sharpshooter, I guess this changes it, whatever it is, faster lock on. So maybe it's like a faster quick scope or whatever. And some buffs. Dun, 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 dun. Lavoa C, one of my favorite rifles that was just so trash. Even though all the people hate the fact that it's a rifle now, it got a buff and the lightweight M4 as well. So both of the Division classics both got a buff in the rifles department. What if that buff turned them into an AR? You guys would be nuts, huh? The A12 got a buff. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. LMG MG5 got a buff. So the only buffs in the game so far are Lavoa, lightweight, A12, and LMG MG5, which is I'm interested in this because I actually like the MG5. And patch notes. Okay, so boom, we don't have that. So as a quick little revamp, okay, so we're gonna have an apparel event. Obviously, you'll be able to get these masks. This is like our first like global event type thing, I would assume. Maybe it's not the same thing because we're not getting gear, but for apparel, everybody's gonna be able to get a cash for free. Year pass 1 people are gonna get 3 for free. Don't worry. And then there's ways to grind out the rest to get it. They're not duplicates, so you're gonna be able to get everything at the end of the event. By the time it goes from April 5th to May 2nd, so you definitely should be able to get everything. I mean, that's a long ass time for an event. We saw the weapon skins in the mask. Let's click it up real quick. You can see right here. Boom, that was the weapon skins, and I believe this was the mask. Yep, there it is. Balancing changes. The M700 got nerfed, and the rifle MK17, which were okay to me. I mean, that's not crucial to life changing, but the people who relied on that one shot, you guys are probably going to be upset because we're going to see how much it got nerfed. Crit damage and headshot damage being lowered, so that means it's going to be a slower time to kill now, which is good and bad, right? Some people like time to kill. Some people said it was a little too fast. Now it's going to be more based off you landing more shots rather than you just destroying. This sucks for me, the headshot damage one, because that means my pistol build basically just got nerfed. But it's okay. It's okay. So I might not be able to 3-tap. It might be a 4 or 5 tap, but we'll see, because that means they have to hit me harder too and hit me more headshots because everybody got nerfed across the board. Safeguard got a nerf. Demolition Italian Crisis Spawn got a nerf. Sniper Turret got buffed. Chem Launcher got fixed. Firefly got fixed. Skill mods changed, so now everybody's gonna be able to run their skill builds accurately where it's not too stressful and not unrealistic. Weapon mod changes, everybody's gonna get nothing but positives, but they're gonna get less. So that means damage as a whole is going down, period. I mean, being that the weapon mods give less buffs and there's headshot and crit damage going down across the board, damage itself got nerfed a little bit, so this may mean a higher time to kill for the people who didn't like it. So good for you guys, especially occupied DZ people who feel they don't get a chance to react. Now you might get a chance to react. Other changes, if people who had, I guess, like they hated the fact that they couldn't hit a shot with the signature weapon on the sharpshooter, you get that fixed. And then Lavoa, lightweight, A12, and MG5 got buffed. Now, that is a quick overview. My opinion on it is I think that they did good with this. I don't see any true problems with the nerfs themselves. Maybe I can see on some, like if I have to agree with somebody somewhere, I would say if that one shot is gone completely out the game, people are going to be upset, because if they spec their entire builds into trying to one shot and not be able to, that's going to suck for them. But it also makes sense that if I spec 250k armor and get one tapped, like, my build has to work for what it works, right? Like, a tank build should be a counter to a sniper. You should be able to eat a shot and rush up on them and be good. Whereas the sniper can take out anybody who's trying to, you know, be a DPS or a skill build, where they should be able to one-shot them if they hit it like a headshot. So it kind of goes both ways. I don't know necessarily if this is going to be a different feeling on PC versus console, because I know on PC the snipers are way more used. It's way more optimal. On console, because it's harder to hit a shot, it may be kind of tough, because now if you can't do enough damage with a sniper, it's almost, you might as well just use an AR. So we'll see where it's at. I think that it's actually good. I think that I would rather them, like, as much as people may hate me for saying this, because in Division 1 I was like, just buff everything, right? Make everything good. I'm okay with them nerfing the things that are too tough, because I feel every gun is viable. I feel like every gun feels okay to a point where you can use it. So if you bring down the ones that are overwhelmingly strong, which in this case, like, I'm not calling for nerfs, but the Vector right now is super, super strong. The M700 is super, super strong. I didn't know about MK17 being that strong, but I mean, that was the one I used, so I would assume that probably that was why I chose it. So, and maybe, I don't know, that's pretty much it as far as, like, the guns. And like the P416 is like the only one used. So, well, no, and I guess AR is the only one that are really good, because I feel like every AR can actually do its job good. So as far as that, I mean, I think that, in my opinion, in these patch notes, you may see some change to this to Wiz' build. You already saw. I mean, even if the Captain America build doesn't get touched itself, it already did by taking away headshot damage, because that's what made the Captain America build so good. So my build got touched, Wiz builds got touched, and Marco's build got touched. So for all the like the dominant builds, the cheesy, whatever you guys want to call it, have been touched in some way, and we're gonna see the difference. And then now that crit damage is lowered basically across the board, maybe the Vector won't hit as hard, and the safeguard won't be able to protect them as much. So we'll see. I think that this is good for PvP. As far as PvE, every nerf is bad for PvE people, period. So if you're a PvE player, you're like, I didn't need this nerf. Like, I mean, I feel you guys, right? I mean, MK17 being nerfed, M700 being nerfed, damage across the board being nerfed is just bad on PvE players, because that's just less damage than NPC. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see how it creeps in. As far as balance, I think that they did good. I mean, as long as they didn't neuter anything, I think we're going to be fine. So it's pretty much it, you guys. Just want to give you guys a quick update on this. I just wanted to give you guys like my little thoughts and process on it, because I know people are going to ask me what do I think about it. And this is it. I think that it's okay. I think the biggest change, absolutely, for me, is going to be all these skill changes. Like this whole section right here, I don't care about the weapon mods and stuff as much, because it's not like you're losing so much. Most of the damage and stuff is in the build anyways. The weapon mod thing is important, but I think these skill changes, you're gonna see, like, I was making skill builds work before this, and now I basically, skill builds got buffed, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, you're gonna see a lot of hybrid skill builds and stuff now, people trying to get like that chem launcher heal and be able to self-sustain, and maybe even see some firefly and get blinded. I don't know, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Hopefully the sniper turret's lit though. But I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, thank y'all for watching. If you guys want the link to this, I'll drop it in the description, or I'll pin it in the comments. Just let me know. Yeah, so you guys can check it out for yourself, and you can also watch the state of the game too. So yeah, stay tuned. Friday is on its way, man. We are just a few days away. We are 2 days away and some change. So I love y'all. I'm gonna be grinding PC today, and yeah, it's been real. Thank y'all for stopping by. Leave me a like if you're excited, and leave me a like if you're not excited. Let me know what y'all feel about these in the comments below. I'm really curious to see what the community thinks. Do you guys think this is a good balance change, or do you think this is a bad balance change? I'm really curious, because this is our first official one, and I want to see where the community is going to steer based off of the devs' decisions on all this stuff. So if you're excited about it and you're happy, good, I'm happy for you. And if you're not so excited, please let me know, so I can at least gauge the audience and see where everybody's at. So it's been real. Your boy is out.